Welcome to the Korea Society's Arts and Culture program. Riding the Korean wave sweeping the world, the traditional Korean costume known as Hanbok has become increasingly visible in global media. The Korea Society is proud to present a comprehensive series of 4 lectures, of which tonight's is the 4th installment. Once again, we are grateful to Dr. Minjee Kim for her presentation. This video contains 2 segments. First, Dr. Kim will present a brief survey of children's hanbok, especially those worn for their first birthdays. The second part, which was recorded in front of a live audience at the Korea Society's New York event space, Dr. Kim demonstrates how to dress a bride and a groom on their wedding day in their splendid traditional wedding costumes. We hope you enjoy Hanbok, the celebration.
These clothes are for first birthday celebration for girls and boys. Although the sizes are a bit bigger for 1-year-old babies, they can wear these special ensembles for a few more years. Baby girls wear a dark pink skirt and a yellow top, 진분홍 치마 and 노랑 저고리. Over the 치마 and 저고리, the ceremonial jacket with ginkgo leaf-like hemlines is worn. This style of jacket is called 당이. The sleeve designs of children's 당이 popularly feature multicolor stripes, 색동, in the hope that the child would live a balanced life, as each color respectively represents an element corresponding to the Asian cosmology. The embroidered hat is called 조바위. These quilted and embroidered socks are called 타레버선. The curved lines of the sock's silhouette echo the lines of undersleeves and hemlines of 당이. These curved lines are one of the distinctive aesthetic traits of Korean clothing. The embroidered pouch, 자수주머니, is stringed with the traditional Korean knotting craft called 매듭. Baby boys wear open bottom pants called 풍차 바지. A top, 저고리, and a short vest, 배자. The color of boys' 저고리 is pink. In Korea, pink was commonly used for boys' clothing as well as grown-up men's clothing. Pink was not only reserved for women. This coat is called 오방장 두루마기. The bodice is green. The top is the centerpiece, which is yellow here. The 무, triangular side panel, is reddish purple. And the sleeves are done with multicolored stripes, 색동. 오방장 두루마기 is worn by both girls and boys. Only the color of 고름, the fastening sashes, differentiates gender. Blue for boys, red for girls, which reflects Western influence from the 20th century. So this 오방장 두루마기 is boys. 전복 is a long vest worn over the coat. And this boy's hat is called 호건. It is made adopting the shape of Confucian scholar's hat called 복건. But as its name 호건 indicates, it features tiger's head. 호 means tiger, a symbol of bravery and physical strength, and 건 means headscarf. By dressing 호건, parents wanted their boys brave and strong.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so delighted to meet the audience in person. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you, Korea Society, for hosting such a great series of program. Really, there weren't many opportunities that we could learn about the history and culture of Hanbok in English. And I'm so glad that the Korea Society provided this learning opportunity, which is available even online. So today's program is the fourth and the last one of the series. It's gonna be pretty much of a recap of the past lectures, but this time I can certainly show you the real items. The term hanbok collectively refers to traditional style of Korean clothing. But when do people wear hanbok nowadays? Can anybody answer? Weddings and baby's first birthday celebration ceremony. So those two are the major occasions on which Koreans wear hanbok nowadays. And likewise, many Korean Americans try to keep this tradition. So today's demonstration and table display are focused on those two celebratory occasions. I'll be demonstrating how to dress up the bride and the groom in traditional wedding ensembles. And on the table, both baby girls and boys' first birthday celebration clothing are displayed. Before I begin, I would like to credit the makers of the clothing that I brought over. On the table, the first baby's first birthday celebration clothing are all made by the incumbent national treasure of seamstress designated by the Korean government, Master Gu Hae-ja, who also taught me how to make hanbok before I left Korea. So the groom's wedding robe is made by me. I hope my clumsy skill wouldn't show much during the demonstration. And the rest of the wedding ensembles are made by my former student, Kim Jin-hong, who is very skillful in sewing. And all the gold leafing are done by the national treasure of gold leaf artisan, Kim Gi-ho, also designated by the South Korean government. And also, Korean Cultural Center in New York graciously lent a rank belt and bride's headwear and hair bar, pinyo, for this event. I also appreciate that. So, the contemporary weddings in Korea is pretty much westernized. Brides and grooms wear Western-style wedding dress and Western suits. However, when their major ceremony is over, they change into traditional style of attires for the traditional way of salute ceremony called paebaek, where they bow to each other's elder family members. So actually, traditional style of traditional celebration ceremony for wedding did not completely vanish. Rather, it became subsidiary as a simplified and symbolic procedure at the end of the ceremony. So groom is on the stage wearing pants called baji and upper garment called Togori. So Korean baji is very baggy because they used to sit down on the floor with their legs crisscrossed. So that's why the pants are very baggy. And Korean pants have a symmetrical structure. So can I have extra pants? So Korean pants have a symmetrical structure. The rectangular side panel is called marupok, and there are two panels in between. One is large and one is small. So the larger panel, just make sure the larger panel goes on the wearer's right leg. This is also important for museum display. If you show pants, baji, like this way, you are showing the front side of the baji. But if you display baji the other way around, then it shows the larger piece on the left side, right? So viewer's right side. Then you are showing the back side of the pants. So just make sure the large panel goes on the wearer's right leg. So he's already wearing, thank you, Campbell, and he's already wearing pants here. And when you wear pants, you have to tie sash belt at the waist and for the ankle as well. So I'm going to retie his waistband to show you how to tie a waistband. So it's very baggy. And here's a seam line. So this seam line plays a role to guide the folding. So there's a seam line between marupok and this large piece. Large piece is called 큰사폭. So there's a seam line between marupok and 큰사폭. You fold along the line. So grab the rest of the waist and fold it along the seam line and send the fold toward the wearer's left side. And then tie with the sash belt at the waist. Tie it. Can you hold this, please? Okay. When tie it at the left side of the wearer. And then the rest should be tucked in like this. To secure the tie, I'm going to fold it like this way. So as the lining shows, Korean clothing is lined with different colored fabric. So the main fabric is blue, but the lining is pink, as you see. So this way, having complementary color combination, you can see subtle harmony of color combination. So, and this Togori shows a gray, light gray, but it's lined with white color lining. And so the waistband is tied, and the next is ankle band. Ankle band, when you tie ankle band, you have to adjust inseam line toward the inner ankle bone and fold it and send the fold clockwise direction. And then tie it at the inside of ankle bone. The reason to do that is not to bother the outer ankle bone with knots because they sit down with their legs crossed. That's why they tie it inside. So I'm not gonna retie it in untie and retie for the ankle band, but I just explain it just verbally. And then pants are worn, and the next is Togori. So Togori is basic upper garment, the name of the basic upper garment for both men and women. So he's wearing Togori. All Korean upper garments are worn left over right. That's the direction. Not only for men, that's also for women. Nowadays, it's not confusing because they have this snap button, so you won't go wrong. So once you close with the snap button, you have to tie gorum. This sash, a set of two sashes called gorum. So this is a little bit tricky. People always forget whenever they have to tie it. But I'm going to explain it a pretty easy way. So gorum is a set of two sashes. One is short and the other is long. The reason one is long is because gorum is tied forming one loop bow. So the short one is on wearer's right side. Long one is on the wearer's left side. First, you have to tie. Short one goes over the long one and then tie once. Then you will see larger length discrepancy. Then you make one loop using the long one. And then wrap around the loop with short one. Then one loop bow is formed. And to secure the ribbon, you can fold it diagonally, like this. And Togori is a kind of T-shaped garment. So when you drop your arm, the surplus of fabric creates kind of creases. So to make a tidy look, you can fold here from side neck point toward the armpit. You can just make a fold like this. Then you can make it tidy. So this is 바지 and Togori, basic hanbok. And the next one is going to be 배자, short vest. 배자 is a traditional style of short vest. This 바지, 저고리, and 배자, three items, complete 21st century men's hanbok ensemble. I'm going to tie 배자 at front. Okay, this would complete men's hanbok ensemble in the 21st century. Bride is coming in underskirt called 속치마. It looks like a Western style petticoat, but this is not traditional style underwear. This is 20th century westernized version of underwear, which hangs from shoulder. Once she wore this underwear, then the next is one skirt. So this skirt has one row of gold leaf decoration. So this is called 스란치마. If it has one row, it is called 스란치마. And okay, let me dress her 스란치마. Koreans usually say 치마 저고리 rather than 저고리 치마, and 바지 저고리 rather than 저고리 바지. That can be a reminder of the order of wearing hanbok. Always wear lower garments first. So put on the socks and 바지 and 저고리 and 배자, and for women as well, skirt should be worn first because it has shoulder strap. And this shoulder strap is 20th century innovation with American missionary teachers' invention. So the skirt is worn. Can you turn around, please? So when skirt is worn, skirt is a wrap skirt, which should be wrapped on the back. So when you wrap the skirt, you can wrap this way or this way, right? But nowadays, wrapping toward the left is the most dominant way. So to wrap the left side, I will put this through this way. And today's model is very thin and slim, so I have to tie at the back. Usually it should be tied at the front, but I will tie it on the back. Okay, now can we have another skirt? So she's wearing 스란치마, and on top of 스란치마, she's gonna wear one more layer of 치마, which is 대란치마, because it has two rows of gold leaf decoration. So this is called 대란치마. Again, to wrap left, I will tie it. This way. So now the underlayer of skirt is not seen, right? So the reason she wears two layers of skirt is to show the layer underneath as well. So I'm going to put this a little bit, I'm going to tuck a little bit at the waistband, the skirt's waistband, to show the layers of two layers of skirt. Okay. This is ornamental pendant, usually it is tied at the waistband of the skirt. So I'm going to put this at the skirt's waistband. So she can have this, excuse me. It's going to be better if you have it on the left side because Gorum is gonna, Gorum sash is going to drape on this side. Thank you. Okay. This is undershirt for Togori. Now can we have the yellow Togori? Okay, unlike kimono, Korean Togori is worn not exposing the wearer's nape. So we have to pull down the front hemline a little bit down, and then there's a snap button. So always remember left over right. And again, I will show you how to tie gorum. So short one on the right side, long one on the left side. Short one goes over the long one and tie once. And make a loop with long one. And wrap around the long, the loop and tie it. And fold it diagonally. And again, Togori is T-shaped garment, so you can see some creases here to make it tight. You can fold it this way. So she's done with her basic hanbok ensemble. I'm going to untie the beja vest to dress him in a court attire, which is wedding robe for groom. Then he's gonna wear groom's robe, which is court attire. In the Joseon Dynasty, the most aspired job was being a government official. It's still so in Korea. Young generations want to be a government official so much still. But in the Joseon Dynasty, To become an official, you have to study really hard, memorize everything, and then pass the exam, state exam, to become a court official. And that was the most, the court robe was kind of a symbol of highest prestige for men. So that court robe was pretty kind of coveted item. And then in the late Joseon dynasty, this became democratized. Commoners could wear court robe for their wedding robe once in a lifetime. So he's gonna wear court robe. This robe is called 달령. 달령 literally means a robe with a round neckband. So this one shows Korean basic upper garments show neckband, which is Y shape, lowercase y shape. However, this court robe shows round neckband. So that's why this robe is called 달령. I'm going to tie 안고름 first. 안고름, the reason it has 안고름 is to make the hemline balanced. So always, this is one layer and this is two layers. So two layers sash will make loop. And just one layer wraps around the loop and tie it. And fold it diagonally. It used to be they used to wear two layers of robe, but in the late Joseon dynasty, this neckband was attached inside to make it look like he's wearing two layers of robe, but this is just one layer. Okay, and then he's gonna wear belt. This is rank belt. The material of the rank belt denoted the wearer's rank. And he's gonna wear a hat. This hat is called samo. Sa means silk gauze and mo means hat. So this is a hat finished with silk gauze. And he's gonna wear this. Okay. He's gonna stay aside, and then I will have Supin back. The bride's robe is called wansam. The green color usually is for princess. Yellow is for empress. Oh. And red is for queen. And purple is for king's concubine. And green is for princess. And she's wearing green wansam, which is princesses. But in the likewise, in the late Joseon dynasty, people could wear princess's robe as their wedding robe once in a lifetime. This robe looks like kimono, but it's different. Kimono is kind of overlapped, left over right, but this one, left panel and right panel meets at the center, and it has rounded neckband, like groom's robe. Can I have the... Okay. This long sash is called dede. It is embellished with gold leafing. Can you please? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to show you how to tie dede. It should be tied at the chest level first. And then tie it again at the bottom. Usually, Korean wedding garments are more lavishly decorated on the back than the front because during the ceremony, brides show more of back than the front. Okay, turn around. And then I'm going to make your sleeve. The white part is called hansam. Usually right hansam covers the left hansam.
Center.
This is headwear for a bride called jokduri. And this is 앞댕기, hair ribbon called 앞댕기. This hair ribbon is called 도투락댕기. The last one is for her cosmetics. This represents bride's excitement. Okay, thank you. So they are dressed up. Can you guys bow each other at the center? Together. One interesting history is the two are very gendered nowadays, gendered item as a wedding robe. One is bride's wedding robe, one is groom's wedding robe. However, the two originated from the same robe in early Joseon dynasty. Women used to wear this kind of robe with round neckband, and then that evolved little by little to become more feminized style, and then it eventually evolved into a wedding robe for women. Also, ceremonial robe for royal families.
Thank you so much, Dr. Minjee Kim, for your demonstration. And thanks to our models, Lucas Sun and Subin Yu. Please take a look at the children's Hanbok if you would like, and we hope you'll join us again for another program at the Korea Society. Thanks and good night.